Okay, folks, Rich Curry here again. Now listen, I'm happy to be back in front of the whiteboard here. Let me get the sites out of the way a little bit here. www.prowebsitemaker.com and www.highstakesseo.com. Alright, the reason why I'm doing this video is about how to use SEO. Lots of people are charging astronomical amounts of money and they're not even getting it right, trying to explain to you what's going on. Most of them, in fact, really don't know what they're talking about. There's probably a handful of people out there that really do. So let me try to cut to the chase and just explain a couple of things in plain English here for you. First thing is, if you have a blog or a website or an e-commerce site, there's really only two ways, as a general rule, accepted ways initially, to drive traffic to your site. Period. And if you can build a beautiful site and all that, and if nobody finds it, you're never going to make any sales. So pay attention to what I have to tell you here. The two ways basically is you can pay for traffic in something similar to Google's AdWord. The problem with that is the learning curve is very steep. Google makes it very easy for you to get involved in that, but you're going to lose your wallet, basically, is the bottom line, because there's a lot of things that you need to do there, and that's basically a whole nother course in of itself. So if you're not paying for traffic, and it doesn't have to be Google pay-per-click either, there's some small banner things like that you can do, but if you're not doing that, then it's free traffic. Okay, and free traffic basically is SEO. SEO stands for search engine optimization. Now let me try to explain to you in layman's terms very simply what's going on here. Okay, there are basically two types of SEO, and you need to do both. Okay, in fact the latter that I'm going to get to is probably more important. There's on-page SEO. Okay, this is a term that gets batted around an awful lot. On-page SEO and off-page SEO, and I get a lot of beginners that basically don't know what that is. So let me break it down for you, simply stated. On-page SEO is the things that you actually do on your website, and they would include title tag for your page, and all of these need to be done correctly, and High Stakes SEO actually is one of my SEO courses that will instruct you how to do all of this, as well as Pro Website Maker. So the title tags need to be done correctly with your keywords. Description tag needs to also be keyword rich, but don't stuff it. So they need to be in there. The placement of your navigation on your page is extremely critical. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've been doing SEO for over 10 years. So many people are not getting this right at all. They have no clue what they're talking about. The placement of your navigation on your page today is very critical. The next thing is called intralinking. And intralinking, essentially all that is that you link each and every one of your pages on your website to each other in addition to the navigation link. Okay? And that's done within the context of the page. So if you have an article about fishing as an example, one page is about trout fishing, let's say, another one is about trout fishing gear or equipment. Somewhere in the trout fishing page you would want to put trout fishing gear in your content and make that a hyperlink to your page that's about trout fishing gear. In other words, you want to use your keyword or long tail keyword phrase inside of that link or that intralinking so that you're webbing basically all of your pages together. And that's for the most part, and that's really it on page. Next, which is really the most important, and this is critical, don't get me wrong, the off-page SEO, the things that you do aside of your site, okay? And the list I've made very short, but there are numerous things that you can do, including local advertising in your newspaper. It doesn't help you on the webs itself, but it will still drive traffic. So here's a couple of off-page things. You want to get backlinks. The more backlinks, quality backlinks over time that point back to your site, the more respect Google is going to give you. Now, basically all a backlink is a link to your site from another site, from a forum, a blog, an article, anything like that. So that's what you're after. So off-page SEO, you're looking to accomplish backlinks. Now, here's a couple of different ways of doing it. Blogs, and you can always put a link in your blog back to your site. That will give you a backlink. That's off-page SEO. I stuck my hand through it, cool. Videos is another way, very, very powerful. You're basically, in your description, you'll put your link. Next is article submissions. Write articles that are keyword rich, publish those. Now, some of the article directories have follow or no follow links, and basically all that means is no follow would mean when Google shows up and sees the link back to your site, they essentially either won't follow it or they don't really count it. So it's not quite as powerful as just a straight follow link. And then another way, a fourth way here, is forums. Go out and participate in forums. Some forums also offer no follow links. You can check. A lot of them will offer follow links. And post some articles in there, or post some posts, answer some posts, get yourself well known. And in the bio section is where you would have the link to your site. And that's how you get a backlink, and eventually they would get back to your site. One thing I want to stress before I wrap this up on articles, again, huge amount of information out there, 90% of it is wrong. You cannot, repeat, cannot write an article one time and submit it to, say, 100 different article directories in its current form. Most people don't understand that. You must rewrite that article, even if it's yours. Now, there's a lot of software out there that you can do to kind of spin an article. You can hire somebody. There's a lot of different ways of doing it. But all you really need to do is just tweak that article a little bit differently, okay, for each one. If you don't, it's still going to be viewed as duplicate content, even though you're the original author. You can get with me on Twitter, twitter.com, Rich Curry, or you can contact me at prowebsitemaker.com. In the forum, there's a contact button there as well, and get in the forum there if you want, and we can answer a bunch of questions, or tweet me up. So again, visit the sites, and do me a favor, could you just comment on this video there in YouTube or wherever it is that you're watching this, because that helps a lot. That gets the word out, and that's what, people need to know this information and get some clarification. So okay, that's it for now. Stay tuned. We're going to do some more videos on this. Thanks.